GlobeMed, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Divya.
And we're part of your National Staff's Global Health U team. This video launches the Global Health U theme for the next 2 months, development and international aid. Now that you have a better understanding of the key forces that create inequities, it's time to ask ourselves the question, what are we as a global community doing about this?
This theme will explore how international agencies, governments, and organizations are working to improve the lives of the poorest worldwide. We'll start out with the first core focus area, which looks at perspectives in international aid and development. The second core focus area will look at the conventional aid approach of the World Bank, IMF, and Western nations and how they've affected countries. Finally, we'll see how the current state of international aid and development is changing.
This is a really rich area for discussion, and as you'll see, there are times when aid can both help or hinder a community.
For example, structural adjustment programs by the World Bank and IMF intend to bring development and economic growth to poor nations by introducing free markets and deregulating economies. These Western-designed policies, however, often end up hurting those they purport to help. Check out this clip from the documentary Life and Dead, which illustrates the impacts major international programs have had on rural farmers in Jamaica.
When I was a little boy, I grew. Everybody that you see around here, their livelihood was planting peanuts. All those days are over. Over and gone.
All this land is what we used to farm carrots. Now we cannot farm anymore. We don't got any market for it. Because through the foreign carrots.
It's an insult to our dignity of not being able to produce and sell in your own market at home.
This is a free market, and I've learned that because of the financial problem that the government is under with the World Bank and the IMF. They are the one who institute the pressure on the government as far as we learn. Now we had a thing named protective market. The government said no import. And then now we compete with one another. But for the time being, you're open to the world to compete with the world.
Before, we was unable to bring in anything because of the policy of the country. But lately it changed.
The difference with the person who comes in from foreign with his trailer is that he has now been given legal right to bring it in. So I'm not fighting him. I'm fighting the policy maker, the person who is foolish enough to sign such a policy.
Some of the prescriptions an IMF program usually seeks to implement is to get countries to eliminate artificial barriers to trade. They will require a country with an IMF program not to impose artificial restrictions on imports and not to unduly subsidize exports.
So when the person brings on his trailer, whether he's in Kingston or up here, whether a farmer gets smart and get on the trailer line, he will fill his pocket of money. But what will happen to the other thousands of farmers? So you're fattening a few people at the expense of a whole culture that took years to build up. You destroy it with a stroke of the pen.
On the other hand, there are many success stories which demonstrate the positive impact aid can have. For example, the Millennium Villages Project, coordinated by the Earth Institute, Millennium Promise, and the UNDP, has helped millions escape poverty and create better lives for themselves. By building local infrastructure and investing in communities, this project has done incredible things. Let's check out this example.
The Millennium Village Project has been enormously successful, even in just the 2 years that it's been operating in most of the countries. There's been a big expansion of food supplies, something so important given today's food crisis. There's been a decline of malaria, disease, and deaths. There have been more children in school and school feeding programs. So big successes in a short period of time. The government of Japan has promised a big expansion of its support for Millennium Villages across Africa, and this is really the next step.
The thing about this project is empowerment of communities. It's about involving communities in taking leadership, in ensuring that they have a say in their destiny. It's not just, coming and dropping something on the ground. You have to get the villagers involved. This project has given a sense of ownership, a sense of belonging, a sense of leadership. The communities can, stand up and say, yes, this is our project. They are seeing the impact of the interventions. People are now flocking the health centers. Before you only used to have 1 or 2 people, now you have 150 people coming to the health units. Water was a major problem. Now the water is clean. Now we have students attending school right from P1 up to P7 without dropping out. All these things have brought a new hope, and it's a new way of rural development that had never happened here.
Wow, that was fantastic. For the next 2 months, we'll be exploring what makes these projects successful or unsuccessful. Like the last theme, we'll be giving a theme handout and a sample calendar. Also, be sure to check out the GlobeMed blog at www.globemed.org/blog and start some great discussions.
During this time, you also have a chance to enter the GlobeMed Chapter Challenge. A chapter may submit a one-page write-up explaining a globalhealthU event that you've had. Visit inside.globemed.org and click on GlobeMed Chapter Challenge 2009 for more information.
As always, we're looking forward to this new globalhealthU theme and all the inspiring things that you guys are going to do at your chapters. See ya!
See you soon!
Mirani kanga chepe